Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Amy here. Today we're going to be talking about my November TBR. I don't know what I'm doing. I talk with my hands a lot if y'all haven't noticed. They just kind of have a mind of their own. But yes, I've already started 2 books. Always, as per usual, I have one in my ear and then I have a physical copy, whether it be an actual book or my Amazon tablet. So I always have like 2 options going. So we'll go ahead and talk about those first, since I'm already kind of listening and reading those books. So first up is In the Blood by Lisa Unger. I'm actually listening to this via Audible. It was one of their 2-for-1 sales. They do these 2-for-1 credits a lot, and that's where I get a lot of my audiobooks as far as Audible goes, because I think it's a great deal. You get 2 books for your one credit. And so anyway, so that's where I got this one at. So it's kind of been sitting out there in my Audible library, and I was like, you know what, I need to start listening to these books because I have a good many of them. So I started with the latest one that I've, not the latest one, but the, like, I guess one of the first ones that I have uploaded on Audible. This so far, I'm about halfway through, I guess. I think I have like 6 hours to go. Well, so no, that's not really halfway through. I think it's like a 9-hour audio. So I guess about somewhere around the halfway part. I'm really not sure about this one. I'm not sure where we're going with it. This is actually part of a series. I think the series is called The Hollows, but I read somewhere in the reviews that this can be read as a standalone. So we have Layla, who we are following. She is a college student. She gets a job babysitting for like this very difficult child. And then somewhere at the beginning of the book, one of her good friends goes missing. And I believe there was another friend that went missing a couple years back. So there's something fishy going on with Layla. She could be lying about something, lying about what happened to her friend if she knows, lying about her past, because we also get like these journal or diary entries. I don't know who they're from. I don't have the physical book in front of me, so I don't know what they look like, but we're getting these diary entries about a woman. I don't know what her name is. I don't know if it was revealed, but she's telling us the story about her child, which is also a difficult child. So I'm wondering somewhere if this fits in with Layla's job, that she's, you know, babysitting this child. It's a psychological thriller, so no telling where this is gonna go. I'm liking it, but I don't know. I find my mind kind of wandering as I'm listening to the story, but I've actually had to go back a couple chapters because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember where we were at. So yeah, so I don't really know about this one yet, so I'll definitely keep a lookout either on my Goodreads or from a wrap-up about this one. But yeah, so it's by Lisa Unger, so I thought I'd give it a try. And then the other one I am currently reading, which I am absolutely loving, and I don't want to stop reading it. Like right now, I just want to like pick up my tablet and get back into it. This is Wrath by Ella James. I believe this is also part of a series, but it can be read as a standalone. This is a male-male romance. This is forbidden male-male romance. We have 2 guys that are stepbrothers. One seems to have a very troubled past. Ezra seems to have a very troubled past, and then we have Josh, who is kind of like, he's giving me like good guy next door kind of vibes. And Ezra is very intrigued by him, and Josh thinks that Ezra is like beautiful. Neither one are out. One seems to be in denial, Ezra. Josh is just kind of waiting it out, waiting to maybe go to college, he says, so he can get away from his little town that he's in before he lets his parents know that he is gay. There's rumors around school that he's gay. This does have some trigger warnings as well, and I've been experiencing, and I've been noticing them throughout the book as I'm reading. There's lots of bullying, especially from Ezra to Josh. I've never read anything like this. It's very intense. It's very deep and dark. Because Ezra seems to have a very dark mind, and he seems to be very mentally kind of unstable. I believe there's some drug abuse. I'm not sure what else. I haven't really gotten to those, but I think there's some trigger warnings, like before the book, before you actually get into the book. This also seems to be a hate to love sort of relationship, but it's really good. Like, I don't want to put it down. It's very deep and dark and intense, and yeah, I feel for both these characters in a totally different way. Josh is such a good guy, and he's trying to be the stepbrother to Ezra, and Ezra's just being difficult and bullying him, and yeah, but it's really, really good. Really good. I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be a 5-star, but anyway, that's what I have started the month of December with. We do have the book troop pick for the month of November, which is False Witness. This is by Karen Slaughter. I don't know if I'm going to actually pick this one up, but we have Lee Colton. She has worked hard to build a normal life. Of course, on the outside, it looks like she has the perfect life. She's a defense attorney. She has a daughter that's doing well in school. And even her divorce is relatively civilized in what it says. But she is hiding a devastating past. And now that past is starting to catch up. And time is running out. I'm just kind of picking phrases throughout the synopsis because I don't want to read too much on it. But yes, that is the book troop pick of the month for November. And I'm so ready to get back into The Men of Summer. This is a series by Lauren Blakely. So I'm going to get on to book 2. This is Winning with Him. So this is just continuing on with Declan and Grant's story. Both are Major League Baseball players, and book 1 definitely left us hanging. So I can't wait to see where Grant and Declan pick up from. The back says, resisting the shortstop has never been a strong suit, or has never been my strong suit. Trouble is, I can't seem to get Declan out of my head, even if I stand to lose everything I've worked for my entire life. Declan is an out baseball player. Grant is as well. I don't want to give too much away, especially from the first book, in case you want to read the first book or get into the series. I highly recommend it. I love it. I love these two guys. I fell in love with them from the start, so I'm definitely ready to get back into their story and see where it goes. I'm also going to be doing a buddy read this month with Ashley from Bent Biblio's podcast. If you have not checked out Ashley and Tegan's podcast, the link will be down below. Go check it out. My episode is up today, so go check that out. Rachel Jenner is walking in a Bristol park with her 8-year-old son, Ben, when he asks if he can run ahead. It's an ordinary request on an ordinary Sunday afternoon, and Rachel has no reason to worry until Ben vanishes. As hours and then days pass without a sign of Ben, everyone who knew him is called into question. From Rachel's newly married ex-husband to her mother of the year sister. As she desperately pieces together the threadbare clues, Rachel realizes that nothing is quite as she imagined it to be, not even her own judgment. And the greatest dangers may lie not in the anonymous strangers of every parent's nightmares, but behind the familiar smiles of those she trusts the most. Where is Ben? The clock is ticking. So that's just kind of picking through the synopsis, but yes, we have a young mother whose child goes missing. I'm sure that is a very scary subject to read upon, but yes, Ashley and I will be diving into this if we have not already. As of now that I'm filming this, we have not, but I'm sure it will be in very, very soon. I'm also ready to get back into Pip and her podcast. This is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. YA mystery thriller. In the first book, Pip is doing a school project where she dives into an old investigation that she thinks the guy was wrongfully accused, and then now she's diving into another mystery and starting a podcast as well. Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. Though the podcast went viral, Pip insists that her sleuthing days are behind her. But when someone she knows goes missing and the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. To track Jamie down, Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening, but she will find him before it's too late. So yes, Pip gets herself involved in another investigation, and we get more of a podcast feel from this book. So I'll definitely be listening to this because I hear you can't go wrong with the audios. So I'll be listening while reading along with this one. But yeah, I definitely want to dive back into Pip and her sleuthing. And then I figured it was time to get back into reading some of my Book of the Month picks. But I have 4 books on my to be read Book of the Month shelf up there, so I chose one of them. This is Sherry Lapina, Not a Happy Family. In this family, everyone is keeping secrets, even the dead. Brecken Hill in upstate New York is an expensive place to live. You have to be rich to have a house there, and Fred and Sheila Merton certainly are rich. But even all their money can't protect them when a killer comes to call. The Mertons are brutally murdered the night after an Easter dinner with their 3 adult kids, who, of course, are devastated. Or are they? We won't go any further than that. So yeah, we have a family whose parents, or the kids' parents, have gotten murdered. Of course, I think there's an inheritance involved. So did one of them do it? We'll find out. So then I thought I'd go ahead and dive into my Kindle Unlimited folder and start going through those books on there that I have like lined up to read. It's mostly male romances, but I do have one other one that I'm going to try to get to this month as well, because it is also on audio. It's available through Kindle Unlimited as an audio as well as the book, so you can choose which one you want. I love when they do that. But the male romance that I am going to try to get to this month is called Want Me by Nev Wilder. It says 2 roommates, 1 calculus exam, a whole lot of extracurricular activity. Living with 4 guys, with 4 other guys, it's bound to happen. Every guy's been caught taking care of business at least once, right? It shouldn't be a big deal, but I don't know Eric as well as my other roommates, and things are a little awkward now. He's a loner, a mystery, quietly confident, smart, sexy as hell. I've been happily subsisting on the typical frat guy diet of booze and sorority girls, but the way Eric looked at me that night, there was something there. Something that's got me curious. Something that's stirring up feelings I thought I'd left behind for good. Something that's making me think I'm not as straight as I thought I was. I can't get him off my mind. I don't think I want to. So when he offers to help me study for a midterm, I take him up on it. It's innocent, probably, maybe. No way I could have known what it would start. And then it says this is a steamy standalone new adult college male romance with a happily ever after that unfolds across 6 episodes following Nate and Eric. So you can read it as a standalone, but there are more books in the series, and I'm guessing it's going to be on, I guess, the other guys that are living in the same room, apartment. I don't know, but it sounded fun, so I put it on the list for the month. And then we have Layla by Colleen Hoover. This has also been on my Kindle, or in my Kindle Unlimited little file folder. This, like I said, it also comes on audio, so you can choose to read it or listen to it. I probably will listen to it because I love listening to a good book. but I believe this is like a thriller type of romance, a novel that explores life after tragedy and the enduring spirit of love. When Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to a bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of the many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distance from Layla, Layla soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the B&B, with whom he forms a connection through their shared concerns. As his curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers puts him in direct conflict with Layla's well-being. Leeds soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes the wrong choice, it could be detrimental for all of them. So maybe it's not a thriller. I thought this was a thriller. That's kind of why I put it on my list. But it just looks like it's going to be sort of a love triangle maybe, and we'll see. We'll see. I'll leave it on my TBR. We'll see how it goes. But I've heard good things about it. I've heard it was really, really good. So yeah, we'll check it out, and I'll let you know. But that's all I got written down for the month of November. Who knows what will happen, whether I'll read these books, whether I'll find something else to read. Let me know in the comments, what are y'all reading this month? As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all are all staying safe out there. Hugs from me all around, and I will see y'all very, very soon in a new video. Also, don't forget to check out my interview on Bent Biblio's podcast, or even just check out the podcast. It's a great podcast. I'll have the link down below in my description box. So see y'all next time.